Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Claressa Shields and what's allegedly going on with these content creators surrounding her. Listen to this, because we also have to address a few extra points since Gaia 305 is right back on that same timing again. Cancer 305. And like I've said before, and I'll keep saying it every single time, once you label somebody a Cancer, once you accuse them of dividing the community and attach all that heavy language, trust me, they are not going to leave you alone. That's exactly why Tasha K is still on Claressa Shields, posting old clips, new clips, any clip she can find tied to Claressa. All because she was called a Cancer and accused of causing division right alongside H305. So no, they're not letting up on y'all. But hold up, what really needs to stop and what I wish would stop is this idea that content creators who talk about Claressa Shields are somehow under attack. Apparently, y'all, you're not allowed to talk about Claressa Shields unless everything you say is glowing, positive, and full of praise. Unless it's strictly about promoting the fight and pushing the brand. But the moment you mention this entanglement with Papoose, oh, that's suddenly a problem. You feel me? If you question anything that's allegedly questionable about that $8 million deal, that's off limits too. If you critique Papoose's freestyle at the Detroit Auto Show press conference, and yes, that freestyle, that's a no-go too. If you point out Papoose being all up in the videos, you know what I'm saying? Every time it's lights, camera, action for Claressa Shields, that's where they draw the line. You know what I mean? That's not a good look. And then it's this excuse, that excuse, X, Y, and Z. But here's my thing, right? Simply having an opinion, just speaking your mind, you know what I'm saying? Looking at a situation, calling it exactly how it looks, and recognizing this entanglement for what it appears to be. To me, that's not attacking anyone, that's not bullying anyone, and that's not harassment, period. That's not what happens on this channel. We give our opinions, we react to things, we respond to whatever topics are trending, we cover whatever story is buzzing at the moment, you guys. But honestly, it's wild to me, you know what I'm saying? What is really going on here? Because what's interesting is that the same person making these accusations is also someone who has attacked others, gone after people's looks, and dragged folks for their appearance. You feel me? Tried to tear down Layla Ali's legacy, went after Remy Ma and others too. It always seems to be the ones with the most nerve, yet she's also been issuing warnings. She's been making threats. She literally told people on a live show to start mass reporting others, you know what I mean? And on top of that, she warned that if you reposted anything from her Snapchat without credit, she would come after your entire platform. Like, that's just strange behavior, y'all. Very strange. But what we also have to talk about is a comment left under my Claressa Shields video from yesterday, and I want to give credit where it's due properly, because they were the ones who alerted me. Sweet Baby Ray, I want to shout you out because you commented and said that, allegedly, Cooking with Frank's YouTube page was taken. Wait, what? What do you mean Cooking with Frank's YouTube page is gone? Oh no, why? For what reason? I literally searched for it myself before I hit record, you guys, and I could not find his channel anywhere.
What? What happened? Why was it removed? I already told y'all this before, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said this makes the third content creator I'm aware of, because I already told you about Elle Archer's page getting hit. She's over on Instagram now. And she had shown a reel, which I believe I shared a few days ago, showing a list of videos flagged for violations posted on Facebook. And many of them were Claressa Shields videos, but she was also getting strikes for content that had nothing to do with Claressa Shields at all. And then, you guys, we talked the other day about what happened to Geisha 305, how her video was completely removed simply because the title said, I believe, my response to Papoose's side chick. And now, Cooking with Frank. For what? All of this over someone simply having an opinion. That's straight up weirdo behavior. So anyway, Geisha 305 went live and she is dragging, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been telling y'all, you don't get to call somebody a Cancer, say they're dividing the community, and then expect them to sit quietly. You can't expect people not to respond, not to tell their side, and not to defend themselves, period.
But basically, she's saying a lot of what many of us have already been thinking, which is that there's something off and questionable about this whole entanglement between Claressa Shields and Papoose. Because listen, how are you pushing this as some fairy tale love story when that man is still legally married to Remy Ma? If he is still legally married to another woman, that is not a love story. That's exactly why in the video I did yesterday when she's talking about soulmates, twin flames, and the love of her life, I had questions. I've never heard of a married man, you know what I'm saying, being anybody's soulmate, twin flame, or love of their life. If there's no divorce decree and no finalized divorce anywhere in sight, make it make sense. And how can this be, you know what I'm saying, some great love story when you're publicly asking that man for a kiss and Papoose is looking at you like you lost your mind? As Geisha305 also pointed out, how is this a love story? How are people hyping this up, you know what I'm saying, and trying to frame this entanglement as something to celebrate? You're walking around publicly with a married man for fame, attention, and clout, and nobody is talking about your upcoming fight. Nobody is talking about your boxing career. Nobody is talking about anything except this messy situation with you and Papoose. And then it's like, how does this even work? Geisha305 was also saying how people can hype this up and act like it's something to aspire to. Meanwhile, you're shoving a camera in Papoose's face and he clearly isn't into it. He's on his phone, probably texting side chicks or Remy or scrolling past Remy Ma in a bikini and mink coat from that video she just dropped the other day. How is that a love story when the man looks uninterested every single time? And Geisha305 really hit the nail on the head, which lines up perfectly with what Remy Ma has already said. Everything Remy Ma said in that live when she went off, she didn't even expose everything, but she exposed enough. She told y'all exactly who Papoose is, and now we're watching it play out in real time. Geisha305 said, listen, unless it's lights, camera, action, unless there's an opportunity for Papoose, you know what I'm saying, to get fame, money, interviews, opportunities to promote himself, to push his brand, to promote whatever he's got going on, that's when all of a sudden he's talking about loving Claressa Shields to death. That's when he suddenly starts talking about someone being his quote-unquote whip appeal and all that extra stuff. But outside of that, you don't see it. He only popped out when that 50 Cent clip hit a little too close to home. It was way too accurate about the dynamic between him and Claressa Shields, which is why he felt the need to respond. And then what happened? He vanished again. He told Claressa Shields he was going to handle the 50 Cent situation and then disappeared off the face of the earth. And Claressa had to step in and jump into the ring herself. That's when 50 Cent was like, nah, I'm not about to go back and forth with a black woman, especially after what happened before with his first baby mama, so he backed off. But if Papoose wanted to keep going, trust me, 50 had time all day. Nonetheless, you guys, Papoose only showed up online when Rihanna tweeted that she would crash out for A$AP Rocky the way Claressa Shields was crashing out, you know what I'm saying? And then Papoose had the nerve to post a side-by-side picture of him and Claressa Shields next to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. And no, hold up, that is not the same. You're talking about a billionaire and a multi-millionaire with an actual family. You know what I mean? That's grown folk business, real power moves, real deals, real legacy building happening over there. This little entanglement right here, people are not feeling it. People are not celebrating it. And then Claressa Shields kept tagging Rihanna trying to get her attention, and Rihanna never acknowledged it, because Rihanna follows Remy. And all that really said was Rihanna sees what's going on online, and yes, she feels that way about A$AP Rocky. But here's the difference. Listen closely. Last time I checked, A$AP Rocky is not legally married to another woman. Last time I checked, A$AP Rocky is not publicly entangled with somebody else. Last time I checked, it was A$AP Rocky's own mother who was like, listen, get it together and lock in with Rihanna. Before he and Rihanna were even together, his mom was already asking why they were just friends.
So she saw the vision early. She saw the future way before Rihanna became a billionaire, you guys.
That is not the same type of situation Claressa Shields and Papoose are in. But trying to silence people just for having an opinion? That's crazy. Nobody is calling Claressa Shields out of her name. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is disrespecting her. Nobody is name-calling her. Nobody is bullying her. Nobody is attacking her looks. At least not over here. This is strictly commentary on the Papoose situation. And every single time someone critiques the Papoose angle, Claressa's response is always Papoose, Papoose, Papoose. That's my soulmate. I loved his freestyle, da-da-da-da. And it's strange. It's strange behavior, y'all, because when he was with Remy Ma, I've always said it, he was seen, not heard. Seen, not heard. Because he was comfortable staying in the background as long as the manager's checks were clearing. But now with Claressa Shields, he's using this moment to try to reinvent himself. And it comes off extremely performative. It comes off fake. It comes off as phony baloney. And what makes it worse is that he can't even stay present for long. When he is there, he's upstairs or hiding in the basement, never really in the mix. And when he's gone, we know it, because Claressa Shields crashes out. That's when she starts reposting old clips of her and Papoose from red carpets and past events. But make no mistake, this is all about Papoose. This is about Papoose promoting Win Records. This is about Papoose getting more podcast appearances and more interviews. This is about him talking up how he's in rooms with boxing executives, helping make deals. Suddenly he's the liaison. Suddenly he's the consultant. Suddenly he's the man behind the scenes making everything happen. And that's why people are talking. Because this behavior is not normal. Subscribe to my channel.